Game Kings, the definition of game, documentary, coming soon. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how happily married men have the best game. Yes, you heard that right. Happily married men have the best game. And you should definitely learn from those guys. If you ever meet a guy who's actually a happily married man, I'm going to explain, what type of guy that is. You need to learn from that dude. See, we have a lot of guys on the internet who they have this misconception that they're like, oh my God, you can't get married and these chicks out here are crazy and, you can't do this and you can't do that and marriage is for simps and all this other nonsense. And see, what happens is that perspective is really a perspective from a guy who's more so of a beta male type of dude. You understand what I'm saying? More of a weak guy. Because see, what you have to understand is that guys who are married but who are not happy in their marriage are usually betas. You understand? And this is the thing. Most married men are betas. You understand what I'm saying? And they're unhappy because this is what it is. Those guys who have that thought process, what happens is that they got married based off of necessity, meaning they felt they needed to be with this woman because this was like, probably the best looking woman who ever liked them. So then they just gravitated to her and was like, fuck it. Let me just wife this girl up. I'm never going to get better than this. And he just sort of like sticks with it. Right. So the woman chose him to fuck with. He felt lucky enough to even have a chick that he thinks is like this hot or this whatever. And he just goes along with it. You understand? And so what happens is he subscribes to the happy wife, happy life mantra. Right. And his wife runs the show. And he's pretty much unhappy and he's pissed off. And then what happens is that, when she cheats on him, when they get divorced or whatever the fuck it is, he freaking goes on YouTube, creates an account and names himself MGTOW something. You see what I'm saying? And this is how it starts, right? So a lot of, beta males sort of end up getting married. And then this is why you have the thought process of a lot of guys online talking about don't get married because this is going to happen and that's going to happen and it's going to be this and it's going to be that. And it's because that's from a lot of dudes who don't understand the game, right? Now, when we speak on the flip side of a happily married man, that's a different story, right? Because even, when I remember I was looking in my comment section and it was me and Steve the Dean. We were doing one of our shows when we was doing our live shows back in the day, and then so I posted up the rebroadcast on YouTube, and I saw some guy made the stupidest comment, and I'm like, dude, like he said, oh, you guys can't be giving out advice because y'all are married, and dating coaches who are married can't give out advice. And I'm like, nigga, what? That's the stupidest fucking shit I have ever heard in my fucking life. You understand what I'm saying? That's the stupidest shit. That's like saying the CEO of this company right here that's been running for 50 years can't give you advice on running a small business. Like, what kind of stupid fuck shit is that? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we're talking about happily married men and how they have the best game, right? Now, the happily married men are the alphas. Okay? Happily married men are the alphas. So these are the guys who chose to get married because it benefits them. See, the betas, they got married because they thought it was going to benefit them to have a good-looking woman who's going to give them pussy. You understand what I'm saying? But the alphas choose to get married because it's going to benefit them when it comes to them building something. When it comes to them having a woman with them that does things beyond sex that's going to benefit him. Now, what happens is that when the shit benefit him, it also benefits the woman. So I remember, I think it was Patrice O'Neal said, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but he was basically saying that, you know, he was like, my happiness is the most important because then my happiness trickles down to my chick. You see what I'm saying? And so the happily married guy, right? His happiness trickles down to his woman. So the beta male lives by the mantra, happy wife, happy life. The alpha male is happy husband, happy marriage. You feel what I'm saying? So he understands that he's making the choice to bring the woman on his team, because this is the thing. The alpha doesn't need her. You understand what I'm saying? He doesn't really need her. The beta male feels he needs the woman, which is why the woman's able to run him, which is why he ends up talking about, oh, you can't get married because these chicks is going to take half your stuff and do all of this and do all of that. And that's because the beta male hasn't properly vetted the chick. He hasn't really demanded any type of, anything from this woman. While the alpha, right, he chose to put that woman in the position. Now, this is why the happily married man has the best game. Now, the reason why the happily married man has the best game is because he knows how to maintain a woman for an extended period of time. I'm saying it again. He knows how to maintain a woman for an extended period of time and where it benefits him. See, this is the thing. It's way easier to randomly meet women and just fuck, and that's it. That's super easy compared to actually having a woman who consistently wants to be with you and who's following your lead, following your directions, who's cooperating and who's doing what she needs to do to benefit the situation. That's way more complicated. So when I hear motherfuckers say, oh, well, if you're married, you can't really give advice and you're a fucking idiot. That's all I'm gonna say. You're an idiot, right? See, this is the thing. What you have to understand is this. When you're just having sex with random chicks, right? You need some game to be able to do that, right? But the type of game that you need to maintain a woman is on a whole nother level. And I'm gonna explain this right now. So when you're, out here smashing these chicks, right? What you're doing is that you're interacting with a chick and getting it to the point where you're able to have sex with her, which is pretty simple. So all you need to do is to be able to interact with that woman and, sustain the situation long enough to get sex. And then you have to deal with her emotions, her situations, her feelings about shit, whatever it is. Then let's say you move on to the next girl. You do the same thing. You deal with her and you sustain that situation long enough to get sex, and then you can move on to the next chick. But the main thing you're doing is just fucking, right? You're not worried about anything else outside of that. You feel what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about, a bunch of other things that go into maintaining an actual long-term relationship, right? So now what happens is that you're dealing with all these different girls and you're dealing with all their different personalities, but you're only dealing with them up until the point to where you're fucking. So after you're fucking and you don't want to fuck anymore, and then you just keep it moving and you just whatever. But see, what you have to understand about women is that each woman has different types of personalities within each of them. So what happens is that when you're dealing with one woman over an extended period of time, it's the equivalent of dealing with 10, 15 different motherfucking chicks. Just like how you would be smashing them. The only difference is to maintain that one woman, you have to do extra shit because there's extra shit that goes along with having a long-term relationship. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is this, it's when you're a happily married man and you're really happy in your situation, that means that you've created a situation, you set a tone in your relationship to where you're actually getting a benefit from dealing with this woman, and she's actually doing the certain things you need her to do, and you have the skill and know-how to maintain that woman over an extended period of time and to be able to deal with her changing moods and energies that happen over that extended period of time, right? So you're doing work on top of work. Versus if you're just a random dude smashing this girl and that girl, you just have to deal with her until you smash and you can just keep it fucking moving. This is why I tell you guys that it's more difficult to be a guy in a long-term relationship who's an alpha, who's actually happy in the situation, to maintain that to where a woman is cooperating to the point where she needs to be. In order to maintain that, it's harder to do that than to randomly smash a chick. So again, these guys out here who don't understand the game, they are coming from a beta male mindset. You understand what I'm saying? When they have the thought process of, well, you know, if you get married, you simping. Why would, okay, let's think about that statement. Being married means you're simping. Why would a person think that? They would think that because if they have a beta male mindset, they think, well, if I get with a woman, I gotta do this. Like, I was listening to, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson and my dude Steve the Dean. You understand what I'm saying? They did a show the other day, live show, where they was talking about, I think, what was it called? SYSBM, Save Yourself Black Man or whatever, that, you know, group or whatever like that. And so this dude calls in and he's like, yo, you know, why don't guys just, you know, guys should just go overseas and pay for the pussy and pay for prostitutes because, you know, you're going to have to pay anyway. You're going to have to drop $100-something, $300 on dates anyway for these chicks. And if you want to get the pussy or get a high quality woman, you got to pay. It's about the finances. See, he has a beta male mentality to where he feels he has to go out of his way to bend over backwards and do extra shit to be with a woman, right? This is where all the MGTOWs come from, where it's like, oh, but these women are this way and these women are that way. Why do you think these women are this way and that way? Have they been treating you that way? Have the poor baby? Have they been treating you bad? Show me the bad lady who treated you bad. Show me the bad lady who took advantage of you. Show me the bad lady who treated you, you know, unfairly in your marriage. Show me her. Shame on you, bad lady. Shame on you for taking advantage of this beta male who doesn't know the game. Shame on you, right? That stupid shit. See, it's your mindset that gravitates to you to that thought process versus a guy who is actually happily married. That means he has dominion over his situation. That means he dominates his situation. That means he is not scared to deal with the woman. And he also knows how to properly vet the woman to even get her in position to be wife. You see what I'm saying? And in order for him to maintain that, he has to have a superior level of game. So when some goofy motherfucker talking about, yo, well, you know, if a dude is married, you can't get advice from him because he's a simp. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. You understand what I'm saying? Anybody saying that stupid shit is dumb. Period. You understand? Again, that's like a motherfucker maintaining a business, $1 million business, and saying, well, I can't get advice from him. I'm trying to you know, start this online t-shirt company. I can't get advice from a guy who's you know, maintain a multi-million-dollar business on business. Like, how stupid does that fucking sound? You see what I'm saying? But see, you know, what you got to understand is that this guy, when he's maintaining that situation, like what I was saying, is that you have to have a certain level of game for the woman to even want to continue to fuck with you for that long. Because see, what guys don't understand is a lot of times you may be able to get with a chick and smash, but that don't mean she want to keep smashing. That don't mean she want to keep seeing you. That don't mean she want to keep fucking with you. Right? You may be able to go out, hit a chick a few times, you know, go on a date or two, but that don't mean she want to stay with you. So imagine you meet a girl, you like a girl, or you meet some girls that you like and you can't get them to stay with you, right? So that guy who's happily married was able to get the girl to stay with him. Not only was he able to get the girl to stay with him, right? He's able to get her to stay with him and also her cooperate and her to go along with his program, to go along with what he's trying to do, right? So when I'm telling you that if you ever meet the happily married man, because this is the alpha, not the betas, you understand what I'm saying? These are the guys who have dominion over their situation, who the women listen to them. Put it like this: if you see a guy who's married and you see his women calling the shots, he's not a happily married man. If you see a man who's married and he's calling the shots and his woman is submissive and this nigga got a smile on his face and this chick is bad and she know what she need to do, that's a happily married man, and you need to fucking listen to that nigga. You understand? That's the dude you need to listen to. All you motherfuckers out here getting all this fugazi ass advice, y'all need to tighten up. You feel what I'm saying? But that's all I want to say about that. Guys, listen, if you have any questions, click the link below. Also, I'm going to be speaking at the Great Love Debate. Make sure you guys check me out January 29th in the city, Manhattan, New York City. Make sure you guys click the link below. Go to greatlovedebate.com. I'm gonna have the link there. Get tickets and holla at your boy. All right, so I'm out of here. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you go, make sure you click the link below to get your free copy of the audio program, Undeniable Game. This program is going to teach you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. In this audio program, you'll learn exactly what you need to do to become that confident man women are attracted to. You'll also learn what you must do to become better at approaching and talking to women. You'll learn why women don't return your calls and what to do to increase the chances of women returning your calls. You also learn the only time you should call or text a woman. You'll learn how to start conversations with women. You'll learn the mindset you must have to be successful with women. You'll also learn the main thing you need to do to figure out if a woman is really interested in you, and much more. So make sure you click the link below to get your copy today.